Man, this is real crazy, man. This background music thing. Let's see what's happening. Turn that shit down. Turn that down. Damn. Man. Get this thing together right quick. That's the one thing I got to work on, right? So, I usually have my little glass when I'm sipping and I'm chilling. And a lot of times I'll just, lean over to, give me a little slip. But, I mean, hell, I'm right here in front of the camera. I can go ahead and pull my little drink up if I want to. So, it is what it is. Man, actually, I need to check my mic levels, too. See what the dealio is. Man, what's going on, everybody, man? I'm actually not gonna be in here too long because I don't really want to butt heads. I see my boy Sid Bubble is on live right now, and I'm one of those people, I kind of be, I try to make my best to be kind of respectful of, my fellow content creators and, what they doing as far as like, when they go live and everything. I had already scheduled this one though, so I needed to go ahead and get this one done and get it, kind of booming. Besides, right now, he's kind of, teaching the truth to the youth right now on his live, man, and I'm just kind of, shooting shit. Basically, you know what I'm saying, just to get it out there, get it up there. But what's going on, everybody, man? It's been a long day, man. It snowed down here. Excuse me, snowed down here in ATL, and bro, we are it's drenched out there right now, and because the temp is actually changing, it's gonna be pretty bad coming up. Probably tomorrow when that freeze hits. That freeze will go hit for real tomorrow. So it's excuse me, it is what it is. We had some snow, but man, I'm not trying to go out there in the snow. I seen all these people out there taking pictures and stuff. I had a couple people hit me up and it was like, what fragrance are you gonna wear out here in the snow? Shoot, you can keep that. I'm not about to go out there in that snow, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, the last thing I need is to go out there and get frostbite. I'm already kind of dealing with a cough, after trying to fight the vitty. You know what I'm saying? Last thing I need is to get out there in that in that cold and that snow. You know what I'm saying? Well, man, I got to tell y'all, this has been a kind of a weird thing, bro, because I got all these, and you can see by the thumbnail, I got like a bunch of fragrances that have like literally dropped in. You know what I'm saying? And like, this is for the last like month or so. It's been one of the things, bro, where it's like I got these fragrances that have dropped in. I've been doing like, wearings and reviews and things like that. Been definitely, wearing them out. And I have been recording reviews too. But the whole thing is I haven't posted anything. And the main reason why I haven't posted anything is because, I'm kind of waiting on a couple things. And I got to re-record some stuff because I don't like how it sounded. If you could kind of hear it in my voice a little bit, you can kind of tell I'm just getting over the vitty vici. So, just trying to what I'm saying, get to a point where I'm feeling better and getting, more acclimated, bro. But I got so much stuff that came in, bro. Like, bourbon, of course. That's the one I'm seeing everybody talk about right now. Is the, I don't even know if it's gonna focus. Yeah, man, not focus, right? Your side bourbon. But yeah, so this has been one that I've seen a lot of people talking about recently, man. I got thoughts on it. I definitely got thoughts on it. Just after sitting there and really kind of putting my nose to it, I've been seeing all kind of comparisons, bro, from this to with this one too, like Most Wanted. I've heard people talk about Born in Roma Intense, bro, and I don't get it. I don't get it. Excuse me. I actually got my bottle of Born in Roma Intense, and I sprayed them side to side just to try to see if I could identify what people are talking about, bro. I don't see it. I really don't. Now, what I do see is the comparison with Scandal Absolute, completely on that one, man. And I got a full review coming up on it. And speaking of Scandal Absolute, and here's where I have run into my issues, right? I see, by the way, Hustle Man Entertainment. You got my money? Nah, bro. I'm gonna pay you next week. So I don't even know what it is. Speaking of Scandal Absolute, this guy right here, I'm off King. Man, so Scandal Absolute is a great fragrance, man. I put this as a peer to the original. And it's because it does something a little bit different in the dry down of it that I love. As a matter of fact, I would say that this one, to me, I like this one better than the original. So that's just me saying it. And I already recorded the review on this one, so that one's gonna be popping up soon. But what I'm realizing, man, is I got so many different fragrances that are popped up right now that are legit. Like, I'm just sitting here waiting to get reviewed. So the same one. Well, so take that back. I already recorded the review for the Checkmate King. I already recorded the review for this guy, the Tafa Natural Oud. So that was already recorded. Recorded the review for this guy here, the Bravanzo Imperial. This is good. This is really good. This is citric, it's powdery. This is a inspiration of Electimus's Imperial. Good one too. It is really good, man. It's really nice. It's got a little bit of a twist in the dry down a little bit. It comes to me, at least. It comes off. The citricness lasts a little bit longer. Doesn't really transition to the mossiness as much, but I like it. I like it a whole lot. What's going on? Hi to you as well. What's going on? So, I got those, of course. So, looking at those, got those reviews to do. I still have the ivories to do. This is another one that I probably already recorded. I really believe this is, like I said, going to be the one in the summer that people start gravitating to. I'm going to push it as much as I can. It's like, hey, there's Nautica Voyage, and then there's this. Nautica is going to be a little bit sweeter. This is going to be a little bit muskier. The choice is yours. You can't go wrong having both, but I'm going to promote this one because it's probably going to be about $16 on Amazon. So there you go. Great. But in the meantime, there's this one. This guy, I can't wait to put the review out on this one, man. This is Celestia Blue, man. This is Fragrance World. By the way, let me tell you something about Fragrance World, man. Fragrance World has been doing the Lord's work for real. So, my gosh. So this is inspired by Office for Men. So you guys, excuse me, golly. You guys are familiar with Jeremy Fragrance and stuff that he does, man. So, Jeremy's a little bit eccentric. That's what we'll say. We'll say it like that. He's a little eccentric. But I will tell you this. Office for Men is a fire fragrance. It is one of those fragrances that is a compliment. Man, I got it. Oh, shoot. It's in storage. Office for Men is a compliment magnet, man. It is beautiful. This guy is about 90%, if not 95%. I'm gonna do a full review, post a full review on it. If you can get past the bottle, looking like a damn Jetsons bottle, you'll be good to go, man. And it has that longevity of the original Office. The only difference, in my opinion, when I smell the two side by side, I sprayed my Office on one hand, arm, and I sprayed this one on the other because I went in storage the other day. I had to get a couple of fragrances, Scandal Absolute, to do the comparison with Armor Off King. I had to go get the Office for Men to do this one, and I actually had that was the last of my Office for Men, damn near. But I will say, man, as far as performance, they were doing it, man. They both were knocking it. I don't even know what you said, bro. Have you ever tried? I don't know what this is. So I need glasses. Anyway. Yo, Naxter Spaz, what the damn dealio is, bro? What is the dealio? But yeah, this one, and it's cheap, bro. Office for Men is one of those fragrances that is, I won't even say it's goated because of the fact that Jeremy Fragrance was the one who was promoting it. If Jeremy Fragrance wasn't the face of Office for Men, motherfuckers would be talking about Office for Men like it's that shit. But you know what? He was the face of it, so people they think it's a nice smelling fragrance, but they don't pay no attention to it. Office for Men is one of the most compliment grabbing fragrances that was out there, man, in the last 10 years. It's an Ambroxan bomb. That's basically what it is. And Ambroxan is made to be kind of an appealing type of thing. It's a fresh thing. One thing that y'all know as men, if y'all should know, is men, that there's nothing that a woman loves in a man more than a man that either smells sweet or smells fresh as fuck. If you smell fresh as fuck, you got it, bro. That's one of the reasons that Aqua Dubai is so compliment grabbing. Because Aqua Dubai is just basically a freshie bomb. You know what I'm saying? So when people smell it, you know, even more than Imagination is, that it's inspired by. It's more of a freshie bomb than Imagination is. It's got a lot more citric, a lot more wood, a lot more petitgrain. So when you smell it, I've gotten way more compliments on Aqua Dubai than when I've worn Imagination. I wore Imagination, you know, and this one side by side, or Aqua Dubai side by side. Much different fragrances, but funny. Okay, do you do a lot of change, like work and shit? Of course, work all the time. That's part of the problem. I'm working all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, got, you know, my regular job, reputation management, that kind of thing, and then I'll, you know, also was doing Uber for a while, still trying to get that situation together with my vehicle. Y'all know I had that bad accident a few months back, but you know, I do my voiceover stuff every once in a while, knock that thing out. What the heck is Blue Chew? What the heck? I don't know about Blue Chew. Never had Blue Chew. Well, you know what? I know what Blue Chew is. I ain't gonna play stupid, but I've never had it, so I don't know if that should work or not. You know, I wish they would give me some ad revenue, because they be giving ad revenue to everybody, like Brilliant Idiots and a whole bunch of motherfuckers like that. They actually be on Blue Chew all the time, as far as like what they, you know, do for ads. I wish. I definitely wish, man. By the way, my signature drink, man, this is that Mezcal Old Fashioned, basically, or Añejo Old Fashioned. Now, Añejo tequila, couple of tablespoons of chocolate bitters, couple of tablespoons of walnut bitters, and 2 shots of Añejo tequila, a little bit of water, a little sugar. Bam, you got it. Man, I appreciate you, man. I definitely appreciate you. I'm supposed to be dropping some more reviews soon, man, and that's what I was just talking about. Like, if you could tell by the thumbnail, I got too many. Like, I got a whole bunch of them that I have been just kind of like. There's some that I've been recording and I just haven't posted, because I want to review. Go back and some of them I want to touch, and I just haven't had time to edit. Not that I have to do a whole lot of editing, but still. And there's some of them like this one where I just have not recorded a review because if you could tell by my voice, I've been dealing with, being sick. So I haven't been able to do it, but it's coming. They're coming, they're dropping again. Matter of fact, there's going to be a couple of different things that's going to be dropping on the channel. I'm trying to get more purposeful as far as like dropping content about not just the new stuff that I get, but like reviewing fragrances that I know and love, and that some people might not know and love. You know what I'm saying? For example, so this guy, this is lionk. Linsumi. I don't even know if it's gonna show up, but lionk Linsumi. Look at that. Okay, there we go. Lionk Linsumi is. It's my scent of the day, by the way. So I don't mind spraying it right now. Linsumi is a fougere, barbershop-y fougere type fragrance, man. Aromatic fougere. You're getting your lavender, you're getting some rum in here, and a little bit of oak moss in the base, man. This is a beautiful fragrance. Perfect for more of a distinguished gentleman type thing. If you're 30 and up, this is a great fragrance for you. Just want to get that little barbershop-y fougere-ish vibe on. If you're 40 and up, this is a must-have. I thought it was discontinued, and so I was holding on to this bottle for dear life. Wasn't spraying it, wasn't doing any of that stuff, man. And then I looked at Fragrance Buy and I saw it came in stock, and I'm like, okay, so that means it's not discontinued. So I got another bottle on the way, and then I got this one, man. It's a beautiful fragrance, man. It is that nice soapy fougere barbershop-y type vibe, man. It's beautiful. But we'll start doing more reviews on fragrances like that. And I want people to get their nose on some fragrances that are not just the hottest, the hot thing that's popped up. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about bourbon, right? Let's see if it'll actually focus now. So let's talk about the side bourbon. So why is it that all of my bottles are focusing except for bourbon? So I'll talk about bourbon. Very Azzaro Most Wanted to me. At least at the opening. And then it goes into Scandal Absolute. But it's one of the new hot things that's out there, right? It's new and it's hot. But a lot of people may not talk about something that's been sitting around or been out for a little while. I have this one in my videos all the time. This is Dumont Celerio Elysium. Clone of or inspired by Montalbano. This is great. It is much stronger than it's advertised. You take 3 or 4 sprays of this and you put it on, you won't realize because you won't smell it at first. But man, when I say that, it starts to it sits on you and then says, oh, is it time to come out? And then it starts creeping out on you. The trail, excuse me. The trail that it leaves is stupid. I love that stuff, man. Older stuff like lionk like Stream, vetiver, dark, rich vetiver. I used to tell people this was like my Sunday school pew type of fragrance. This is my Sunday school pew fragrance. Like when I smell this, it puts me in the mindset of when you used to go to church on Sunday morning. For some reason, it has that resinous type of feel, like the smell like the pews in the church back in the day. I identify with that a lot because my mom was a choir member, so Excuse me. So she used to be at the church early in the morning and be out late at night. So me and my brother would come into the church, man, and we would take naps on the pews. So that smell is what it smelled like when I'd be taking my naps, man. So I identify with that a lot. Oh man, appreciate you, Richard. Man, look, so this is just kind of a quick live that I'm doing. I got videos that I've literally been, as you can hear about the cough and everything, but a little under the weather and all that stuff. But I'll be back dropping stuff soon, man. And I got some that are already there, just haven't edited yet. Because what I didn't want to do is have this thing where I put out a couple of videos and it was this huge break, and then. Well, I guess it happened that way anyway, so I don't know. But yeah, they got some coming, man. But there's a lot of there's a lot of those fragrances that I want to. Like test 1 2. There we go. All right, so yeah, what was happening was that the lights had started kind of blinking here, so I went mute for a little while. But stuff like this, Mont Blanc presents, that kind of stuff that I really want to talk about, but I don't have room to talk about. My NBT, Tracy Lynette, what's going on? What's going on? It is good seeing you in the building. I'm on the late night right now. I ain't gonna be here long, but I just definitely wanted to come in and I scheduled a live. I said I need to go ahead and get one out of here. So I appreciate you stopping by. That's the NBT. The next big thing is something that we always talk about together, man. The next big thing. I'm telling you, y'all need to tune in to Tracy Lynette, man, because especially guys that want to get a female's perspective on fragrances and things, she's the one to do it, man. Let's see. What do you think is a great date night guys cologne? True banger. Oh, I can tell you a few. So here's the thing. Depends on your environment that you're going out on your date, right? If you're going with something intimate, you can never go wrong with Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. You can never go wrong with it. It is a beautiful ambery scent, chestnut. It's got a little bit of a whiskey boozy feel to it. It is not a huge projector. It don't push off you. It's not abrasive to people, but it's a very intimate scent. The thing about intimate scents when you're on an intimate date is that it makes the person that you're with want to come closer and closer to you. I don't have Gentleman Reserve here. There's another one in storage because I always keep a bottle of that. This though, Givenchy Genuine Man Reserve. This is from Fragrance World. I told y'all earlier, Fragrance World been putting in work, right? So this particular fragrance is amazing in the sense that it is a 90% dupe of that Givenchy Reserve Privé. I feel like it misses a little bit of the whiskey booziness. Some people like that a little bit better. It's got a little bit of an amberiness to it. BT Sense actually talked about this one today. He said that it was something that I had told him about before, and I did. It's a beautiful, inspiration of that fragrance, but it's good and it's cheap too. It's probably around $25. You can get off of Fragrance Buy and a couple of other sites too, which is a little bit less than the $80-$90 that you'll pay for Genuine Reserve Privé. So that's a really good one. One of the new ones, this is gonna be one of those date night bangers right here too. This is that Lattafa Bourbon. You've been seeing people talk about this one. Lattafa Bourbon is basically it gives me the Azzaro, the most wanted, at the top of it. But I'm not going to even lie. It goes into the Scandal Absolute territory probably within like minutes. I'm talking about 15 to 20 minutes. I really believe Latifah was going for a Scandal Absolute. And if you look at the note breakdown, it's got Maribel Plum in here. It's got Maribel Plum in the Absolute, Scandal Absolute as well. All that being said, this is one of those sweet, ambery, toffee, caramelly type fragrances that, you know, are good for like interaction on date nights. So you can't go wrong with that. Now, if you're talking about like a casual, like I just want to meet somebody at the coffee shop or something like that, Givenchy, man. Givenchy Society Extreme. What this does is it gives you a little bit of a brightness. So it's got this, it's a vetiver. At the end of the day, it's vetiver, right? But what it does is it's giving you roasted coffee at the top, and it's giving you a peppermint note at the top. It kind of gets you invigorated, kind of gets you ready to go. Man, this is beautiful. This is another one that is a more intimate thing. It's not going to be something that's going to be blasted off of you, right? But if you're in a coffee shop and there's just little trails of peppermint in the air, and she's sitting there, she's like, I smell something. You're going to smell like one of those fine coffees that they've got, you know? So beautiful scent on there. So here's another one. People are going to talk about it. I love it. It's gorgeous, but you got to be careful with it. This is Mancera's Silver Blue. This ain't going to work. It ain't gonna work in that camera. Silver Blue, Mancera. Tell you something about Mancera's. They last all day. They're gonna really put out as far as like the performance goes. The other thing about Mancera's though is that they're unique. This one is a very unique fragrance. It is basically kind of like a fruit bowl, like if you took a bunch of fruits and you threw them into like a pot or a frying pan, you let them kind of cook down. That's kind of what you get. And then it goes into like a caramel nuance. As it goes into the dry down, so you're getting these little notes of caramel, and they linger. This stuff lingers on you throughout the day. If you're gonna go on one of those like all day, all night type dates, you know what I'm talking about? That one right there. That was perfect for that. Let me get back to. Trust me, I'm gonna get to some more in a second here. Tracy Lynette, that's my girl, man. I'm telling you, I am telling you. Oh yes. So, the top of bourbon is good. Here's the one thing I will say about bourbon. There is a very, very, when you first smell it, you know what you get? Hold on, I can tell you what you get. Gotta get my stuff here. So, here we go. Gotta put my little headphones on. I forgot that I don't be having my headphones on. So, when you first spray it, you're getting this. Now, this is another one that you probably would consider as far as a date night goes. This one, you can't go wrong with toffee. This is Azzaro, the most wanted intense. EDP. Make sure it's the EDP because they've got this EDT out there, Eau de Toilette, and it is not the same. It is not the same fragrance at all. But this one is a fantastic date night scent. This is fantastic because it's got toffee that sits in the air and lingers around you. You have this beautiful scent bubble, man, when you wear this, and it lasts forever. When I say forever, ever, this was nice. Valentino, can't go wrong. Valentino, I don't even know where my cap is gone. Valentino, born in Roma, intense, another intense. Man, that vanilla, that lavender, it's got this sweet, almost fruity type of vibe to it, man. It's smooth. It is something that is a neck sniffer. It's one of those that people get up to you. Let me smell your neck. Let me smell your neck. That's this. That is definitely this. People love this fragrance, man. So these are a couple of them that you can think about as far as like date night stuff. I know I can go on and on and on about date night stuff because being the player that I am, you know, that's one of the things that I majored in. But yeah, the last one, this one, cheapy, Just Oz Rock. I will always sing the praises of Just Oz Rock. This is inspired by fragrance of Victor's Victory Elixir. It's not the best inspired by that fragrance, but I think it's intentionally that way. I think they wanted to make sure that they took a deviation, and they do. This one comes across a lot more gourmand than Victory Elixir. It comes across almost a little bit cakey. It's got almost like a cacao-ish type feel to it. But man, when you spray this on, it's got lasting power, and in the air, this stuff is like amazing. It's magical. It does have that gourmandy sense to it, but it is something that is a compliment magnet. Let me get back there. You like Stronger With You Intensely? Yeah. So between Stronger With You Intensely and Stronger With You Absolutely, I'm more of an Intensely fan, although with my taste, I should be more of a Absolutely fan, but I'm more of an Intensely fan. There's something about it. It feels like a fresher take on the DNA, and it's one of the things that I really like about it. I really want to get, and it's on my wish list coming up this year if I can find it. I really want to get Stronger With You Freeze, because I got my nose on it not too long ago, and I was amazed by the fact that I really like that fragrance, and it's something that I can see myself wearing like a lot. So that's gonna be the next one I'll drop on. I am 504, Louisiana. It's hot and humid 9 months a year. What recommendations do you have for hot and humid weather? I don't want to choke anybody out of the room. Hot, humid weather. There's a lot. So I think I spoke to you guys a little while ago about the ivories, right? It's nice. It's aquatic. It's, pretty fresh, and that's cool. You want something fresh. I talked about the Celestia. This is another one that's pretty fresh. This is one though that you probably want to be careful with your sprays. I think 2 to 3 to 4 sprays is like max in Louisiana for this one, because this is one of those that's an ambroxan bomb. And while ambroxan is a fresh thing, when you mix ambroxan with humidity, it kind of comes across a little abrasive. So I would say doing maybe 3 sprays of this, you'd be right on point. These are the ones that I got at my desk, and I feel like I need to get up and show y'all a couple of them. This one, this is Montal's Herbal Aquatica, and I don't know if it's gonna, I guess you can kind of see it. So, excuse me. God damn. Told you I'm still dealing with that sickness. Herbal Aquatica, man. People talk about Herba Pura, right? It's kind of like Herba Pura, but it's a lot lighter, has like a minty note to it. It dries down more to like a woody type of nuance to it. It's good. It's good. And the good thing about it is it lasts all day, but it's not super abrasive. So when you get into the humidity, it's not going to be something that's going to be clawing. So you'll be able to wear this and feel good about not choking people out. Because trust me, I grew up in Louisiana. All my life was there. And all my life I had to fight. So I understand. And right next to that one, this guy. I will continue to say the praises of this. This is Mancera's Aqua Wood. Aqua Wood is fresh. Aqua Wood is pear. Aqua Wood is smoky incense. Aqua Wood is slightly woody. Not that much woody, but it's slightly woody. But what it does do, that little sweet kind of pear nuance that it has, it dances. And then humidity is not overbearing, which is the good thing about it. It's like a sweetness that's not overbearing. Pear is a sweet fruit, but it's not overly sweet. You're not dealing with something that's going to be like an abrasive type of sweetness. And when you're dealing with humidity, you want something that might be sweet, but not that sweet. It's got just enough sweetness to make it alluring, but at the same time, it's got enough of the smoke and everything to make it manly. So just a couple of recommendations, man. I grew up, like I said, I grew up down there, so I got a whole lot of recommendations for high humidity scenarios, man. Trying to get caught up here. Thank you, man. Look, I appreciate you. It's good stuff, man. I appreciate that, JC, man. But God, what do you think of the top of Mahir Legacy? So, Mahir Legacy, in my opinion, is when it comes to Sedley, it is not a great clone of Sedley. It's just the best we had. You know how in Batman it said, was it the Dark Knight, where it was like, it's basically, it's not the hero we deserve, but he's the hero we need right now. That's kind of what Mahir Legacy was. And I got that oversized bottle in there right now. Mahir Legacy comes across way more peppery than actual Sedley does. That's not a good thing, because if you're thinking that you're getting Sedley's a little bit smoother. Sedley's got a little bit almost a bluer type of nuance to it, right? And that Mahir Legacy gives a little bit of a peppery type of to it. And it kind of, to me, it kind of ruins the experience of Sedley, because Sedley is one of those fragrances I actually have. Now, one of the ones that I've been playing with, hold on. One of the fragrances that I've been playing with a little bit, now that you mentioned Sedley, is this guy right here. So Luciano, if y'all know me, y'all know I got a love-hate relationship with Luciano. I swear, I got a love-hate relationship with them guys. I really do. This one. This is Luciano's Dominion. It's from their Titan series, so right? So let me see if I can get it to do something. Yeah, Dominion from their Titan series, man. So this is a Sedley inspiration. So the Titan series with Luciano, for some reason, is like overly cedar heavy, right? In the Lattafa, the Luciano bourbon, and I have that sitting on the floor right there. The Luciano bourbon, it is, the cedar contributes to it kind of coming across almost like an oak barrel-y type of feel, but it's not the best, right? This, though, the cedar kind of plays into the dry down a little bit more. It's closer to Sedley than what Mahir Legacy is, but it doesn't to me, I feel like they should have kept the mint a little bit. Like, I just wish the top notes lasted longer. I'll say that. I wish the top notes lasted longer on this one, but they don't. That being said, it dries down to a beautiful cedar and lavender. Man, it's beautiful. Like, and it lasts on clothes. That combo, that cedar lavender combo, lasts on clothes for days, man. It's really, really nice. I poo-pooed on it because it was trying to be Sedley and it wasn't, but as its own fragrance, I really like it. I just don't like the fact that it transitions out of the top notes so quickly. And when I say quickly, like within the first like 45 minutes or so. I mean, when I say top notes, I mean like the top and mid, basically. And it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's really good. All right, definitely would try the Aqua Woods and Herbal Aquatica. Appreciate the recommendations, man. Appreciate you for asking about the recommendations. To be completely honest, man, these are those two are really good. Those two are really, really good. Aquawood, excuse me. Aquawood is one of those fragrances that is super versatile. My favorite Mancera probably in the last few years has been Mancera Amberful. Although I ain't gonna lie, Eternal Wood is coming up on it real hard. Pause. But out of those two that I picked up this year, they're two of my favorites. But Aquawood is probably the most versatile because it's not overly abrasively sweet. It's not overly abrasively powerful. It just lasts a long time. And it's subtle. So you get good use out of it. And it's fresh. Super fresh. And what did I say about fresh scents? The ladies love the fresh scents. John Carlo, what's going on? John Carlo in the building. What's happening? Scent of the day was how I was black. Why is it was? I like that. Look, so I kind of caught a little bit of the stream earlier. I think you were on, but you might have mentioned something on Scent Bubbles stream. Yeah, Hawas is definitely Hawas Black. Definitely I feel it's a lot closer to Hassified. And if I was to say what it was, I'd say it's got to be more of a Hassified clone. Just the over extension of the moss in there, the strength of that thing, that profile, it just comes across more as a Hassified clone. That being said, I have a problem with certain fragrances that are like oil monsters, right? That you spray on and it like literally like you can't spray it on white clothes because you're gonna have an oil streak on your or you spray it on your arm and you look greasy. You know what I'm saying? Like that, those I have a little bit of a problem with, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think it's good. I don't know. I just wouldn't want to. I just didn't want it. Like I got it and I smelled it. And I said, oh, okay, this is Hawas Black. And I boxed it back up and sent it back. I do that with a lot of fragrances. I'll get it because I do want to get fragrances, because of the fact that, I want to do content. But at the same time, I also want to keep fragrances that I really like. And if I don't really like a fragrance, I want to send it back and get it out of my presence. All right, sorry about the delay there, Shadow. Buying fresh scents that are pretty basic hurts my soul. I overspray the heck out of fresh stuff. But you know what? It's cool to overspray the fresh stuff, especially if it's a reasonably priced fresh fragrance. So, for example, something like this Celestia Blue. I can't wait to do a review on that, by the way. Something like that. I mean, you're paying $25. For 100 ml. So it's not really that big of a deal, right? Now, it's not like you take an Isola Blue, right? And overspraying that. That'd be a completely different monster, or Percival. Percival is a fragrance that I love. That's that Perfumes de Marly. I really, really love it, man. And I think you just said it. So, Shadow, Sedley Green Leaf Percival, so basic but expensive. Sedley, I just told you about this one. I just told you about that guy, right? For Sedley, try this for Percival. So I could put this on a strip with Percival. I could put them side by side, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. This is Mont Blanc Legend Blue. Now, be careful. This is Mont Blanc Legend Blue, the 2024 edition. So when you look it up on Fragrance Buy, make sure you're getting the 2024 edition. This was one of my favorite buys last year. This is fresh, almost to the point of a soapiness to it. It's lavender, it's mint, it is personable. If you spray them side by side, you cannot tell the difference between the two. I dare anybody to try to tell the difference between the two, right? As it dries down, you can pick up certain small nuances between the two, but not a lot. Not a lot at all. And the crazy part about it, you get this bottle, 3.4 ounce, somewhere around $40 to $50, right? Overspray. Spray it like you will. Spray it like you like to. Because it's going to be in that same realm, but it's going to be a lot less expensive. It's going to last about the same amount of time, in all honesty. But you get a lot more value out of this. And it's Mont Blanc. It's not going to be like overly synthetic oils. Trust me. I mean, Perfect Barley probably has better quality oils, but to be completely honest, not by a lot. One last one when we're talking about Greenlee. I've got to get Midori in. That's my next one. But Aether. Quite a few people have been hyping this thing up, man. French Avenue Aether. Greenlee clone. It's good. It is really good. I will say though that when you first get it, it needs, like, if you're gonna be wearing this for the spring, buy it now. It's about $35. Almost discounted right now, 35, somewhere in that range, 40. Get it now. Go through your maturation process, put it away for about a month or 2, 3, and then come back to it. Meaning that you need to spray it out maybe 5 to 8 times upside down until you don't get any spray out of it anymore. Cap it up or leave it uncapped, depending on, some people like to leave them uncapped. Throw them in your drawer in the bottom of your room. Let it sit there. Somewhere it's going to be nice and cool. Let it sit there for a few months. When you come back to it, the strength will be a little bit better. Because when I first got it, I was like, okay, what is going on? It's just disappearing on me. But after I did that, I found it a lot quicker. I will say that. But I think Ross over at TLTG, and shout out to Ross, man. He's an awesome dude, man. He was talking about the cedar note in here. It is kind of a synthetic-y, cheap cedar in here, but it you get past that very, very quick. When it comes to like a comparison of how close this is to Greenlee, super close. It's just got a little bit more of a woody nuance to it, just slightly. But other than that, this is a great pickup. It's the closest thing that's out there right now. I say that because I did try the Luciano version. I am not a big fan of the Luciano version. This is more woody than this one is. This is a little bit smoother. I am looking forward to getting my nails on Midori, though. Midori is on my list. I'll be getting that in probably within the next couple of months. Lou, what it do? What's the haps on the craps, my man? What is going on? But yeah, like a lot of those freshies are simple. Like, there's not going to be a whole lot of like complexity to fresh DNAs. Where you start losing me and where you start losing a fragrance is when you got too much complexity into like a fresh DNA. One of the fragrances that I'm talking about when I mention that, people go hate me for this. Excuse me, but again, I'm not a huge Blue Talisman fan. I am not a huge Blue Talisman fan. And I hear people talk about Blue Talisman like it is like God's gift. It's good. I'm not even gonna lie, it's good. If it was $200 less, I might even consider to buy it, but I'm not about to buy it at $350. That's not about to happen. But the DNA in it is kind of a weird kind of fruit bowlish, but it's got some other little wispiness to it. I don't know. Now I do have Art of Universe here. And I think it's downstairs. It is. I do have Art of Universe. So I've been playing around with Taj 2. Taj 2 is the Fragrance World. It's a Paris Cone. I think it's Fragrance World actually. Taj 2 is the Blue Talisman dupe that I was not very impressed with. The beautiful box, beautiful bottle, all those things are nice. I was not very impressed with the fragrance itself because it got the fruit blend wrong. And even though I maturated it, you know, when you maturate it, you're just really affecting longevity. And sometimes it helps with projection. But as far as the blend itself, doesn't really help with that a lot unless you have one that's a complete mess. Sometimes it does smooth out the fragrance a little bit. Perfect example of that is Paris Corner's Just Bergamot. When I first got it, that was a mess of a fragrance, man. But I sat there, I maturated it for like 2 months, came back to it, and it was what it was supposed to be. I always have a issue with a lot of the Middle Easterns when it comes to the hot Middle Easterns that will they hurry up and bottle it and send it out without the full maturation time. Yeah. But yeah, some of the best freshies are just literally simple. Just simple freshies. Oh wait. So Latafa Al-Jawari. So Al-Jawara. So I'm interested in what you feel about that with Giancarlo because I saw it. And I was like, okay, do I need to go ahead and get this one? Do I need to box, to bring it in? I did not bring it in. I went with Mashara, I think it's called, and Vanilla Drama, because I love Dior's Vanilla Diorama. I like that whole line, that whole Dior line, Tabacular, Vanilla Diorama. What's the other one? I had to think about it, but I love that whole line. So I was like, let me get my nose on that. Let me see how close it is, or how well it presents. But I'm very, very interested in what you say on that one, Giancarlo. All right, ordered Art of Universe yesterday. Yeah, so I'll probably get my wares in on it this weekend, and see what it's about. My fingers are crossed. When I talk about Blue Talisman, a lot of people think that I hate the fragrance. I don't hate Blue Talisman. I don't. But I just feel like it's overpriced for what it is. So I was disappointed with Taj 2. Although it kind of grew on me a little bit, I was disappointed in Taj 2 because I was hoping that it did get closer to that DNA to where I could be like, oh, I'll buy that. So fingers are crossed like sharply on the Art of Universe. So Topper really does really good in their art line. So I'm hoping that they really hit it on that one, because if they did, it's all about that fruit blend. If they hit that blend at least close to okay, I think we'll be good to go. And so I'll be talking about Art of Universe soon. Tracy Lynette, the maturation prop is a real thing when it comes to a lot of the Middle Eastern fragrances. I agree. So yeah. So and everybody who's here probably knows this, and there are some people that are just kind of passing in the room back and forth that I've been seeing that may not know it, but maturation is real, because a lot of times these Middle Eastern brands will get a hot fragrance and they'll say, okay, Let's get these bottles out as fast as we can. The perfect example of this, and this is an old school example, perfect example of this is Detour Noir. So Detour Noir, when you buy Detour Noir initially, you'll notice how light that juice color is. And this is on all of them after like 2022. Or after like 2022. 2023, sorry. I think after 2023 is when I first noticed it. But they're like, it's weird because the earlier bottles were darker in juice, but then they started getting lighter and lighter and lighter. And what it was that they were selling out of Detour Noir so fast that they were just like, okay, let's hurry up and get these bottles out. So is it ready? Doesn't matter. Fill the bottles, send them. Fill the bottles, send them. So the later versions of Detour Noir, when you got them, you were like, oh, this is way overly mentholy. This is what is going on in this bottle? This is not latent. But you let it sit for a little while, it kind of comes together, and next thing you know, bam, you got a fragrance that I'll spend $25 and smell just about as good to everybody around me as it would be if I was wearing Layton, you know? All right, that's why I bought the clone. Yeah, definitely, man. I'm with you on that. The top of Art of Wood is fire, better than PDM Perseus. So, man, people were on me about Art of Wood because when I got Art of Wood, I just kind of felt like it was like Art of Rose. And I think I put that on the thumbnail when I did the review. I was like, Art of Rose? Like, to me, my nose picked up the rose note in there so heavy initially, man. And I like the grapefruit. I like the vanilla, you know. But to me, it's a little bit more rose heavy than Perseus is. And you could definitely, I think Perseus uses a different like filler and mid in it than the Art of Wood does. So while it's similar as far as the feel, the rose is a different vibe. And I was just getting abused with that rose note. It was overly floral. That being said, I like it. I like it a lot. But I just didn't think it was that close to Perseus. Now, judging it on its own, I love it. Like, it's one of those fragrances that this time of year I could put on in cold weather and it still kind of be potent enough to leave a little bit of a scent trail. And also I like rose fragrances. So I was completely good with that. But I will say that it's definitely one that is polarizing to some people. I'm going to wear it a good bit this spring, I think, though. I'm going to wear Art of Wood a good bit this spring. Speaking of rose fragrances, man, I you know what I can't wait to wear? And I have not worn it this year at all yet. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to wear this. It's that time of year. Mancera Precious Oud. This is rose. This is tiramisu. Yeah, tiramisu. And it is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Some people say that it leans feminine. I don't even think it leans feminine. Like, it's got a booziness to it. That, you know how boozy fragrances, even if they've got a little bit of a sweeter, almost, you know, more feminine lean to them, all it takes is a little bit of booze. And what that does is it kind of like, for some reason, it kind of plays off of masculine skin differently. I love it. It's one of my most complimented fragrances every winter is Precious Oud. Like, every winter, it is my most complimented fragrance. And I haven't broken it out this year. Excuse me. Still, like I said, I'm still fighting it. I haven't broken it out this year. But I guarantee you, from now, if I wear it 4 times from now until March, it'll still be my most complimented fragrance of the year. It's that, for some reason, I don't know if it goes with my skin chemistry. I don't know. It's good. All right, Lattafa Liam Gray versus Lattafa Pride Antique. I'll take Antique all day. Clones BDK Drew Chanel. I'm curious about Watanya. Massage, that's the blue bottle. BDK Drew Chanel X-Ray clone. Yeah, I want to try out Watanya too. I like Liam Gray a lot. Liam Gray to me is one of those. Hold on. Liam Gray is one of those fragrances that was a little bit of a surprise to me, man. So when I first got this, I remember I couldn't find a time to wear it. So it sat there in my maturation drawer for like 4 or 5 months. Like, it literally just sat in maturation. I had sprayed it out, got it ready for maturation. Boxed it up, and just forgot about it. And because I couldn't find a good time to wear it because it was hot. Man, when the fall did hit, it came through and it was gorgeous. Speaking of coming through, the scent bubble in the building. What's going on, man? I got some of you live earlier. I had already scheduled a live, and I was like, oh, my boy's sitting there. I don't want to butt heads with my boy. So I kind of pushed it back a little bit because I was about to get out of here anyway. I ain't going to be chilling too long, man, but I just wanted to kind of get on here and show my face a little bit and also make sure my algorithm was still algorithming, you know what I'm saying? So definitely wanted to do that, man. So today, Sphinx, Black Anubis, man. Joel. Sphinx let me down recently. I've got a decant of a fragrance that I thought was going to be the bomb. 2 decants, actually. Chocolate Citronique. I thought was going to be the bomb, man. And I sprayed it, and it smells like Cocoa Puffs in a not so good way. It's good, but not. I was like, that's some stuff for some aromatherapy type stuff, but it was not aware. But then I saw Tabac Citronil or Citronique. It's Tabac Citrus Vanille, I think it is, or Citrus Tabac Vanille, something like that. Because I got the decant in the other room because I was trying to put it on the other day. And actually, I don't have the decant in the other room. Hold on. It's right here. So, it is called Tabac Citron Vanille. That's what it's called. It is called Tabac Citron Vanille. Man, that's not good. That is not good. Let me take that back. Not that it's not good, but it's not appealing. I respect the artistry, but the fragrance itself is not clicking no buttons with me. It's really not. Kajal, I have Lamar, and that's about it. I do want to get my hands on that new Lamar too. And I think, was it you, Joel, that were talking about that new Lamar? Or was it Giancarlo? There's a new Lamar that they have, like a Lamar Noir or something like that. I do want to get my nose on that. Diesel, I got a decanted at Liam. I really like it. Was just about to ask, should I cop it now? Yeah, you should. Like no questions asked, you should. Because one of the things I like about it is that it's different. It's one of those fragrances that, not even gonna lie, I'll wear this places, but you know what my favorite time to wear this is? When I get home in the evening, take me a little shower, spray up, and relax. You know what I'm saying? Because it's got that tea note, that iris and cardamom. It's just real comfy, real relaxing, man, and real mellow. I love it. I love that. Yep, Liam Gray is one that needs to sit and macerate a bit for sure. At first it was mad, but now, oh my God. Yeah. I told you, it was sitting in my drawer for like 5 months. And I forgot it. I forgot it was there. And then I came back to it, pulled it out, and I was like, ew. Well, alrighty then. So I love that stuff, man. You free Sunday want to collab on stuff? Yeah. I should be free Sunday, man. I'm still dealing with the like I was telling them earlier. But yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good for collabing, man. I'm always, you know, well, most of the time, as long as I ain't got no craziness going on. But I'm good with it. Yeah, just hit me up. New sec, my car, John Carlo. You know I ain't gonna be able to pronounce that. My car, silver trim bottle, not gold trim. Great clone, twist on Kajal Lamar. Thank me later. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I put this out in the chat there because I think I've heard of that. I think I'm gonna have to I'm gonna trust your judgment on that one. But I may have to put my nose on it because I do want to find a good clone for content for Lamar. Lamar Noir, John Carlo. Yeah. Did you get it yet? Did you already gotten it? Because the notes interest me. The notes intrigue me on that one. Definitely. So Icon and Kajal Salva. So Icon I've heard is a beast. That's the one that's one of the ones I should say I really want to do it. Did y'all hear the Tiss will have a new 2025 version? Okay, so here's conflicting reports on that one, right? There is coming. Sense of Style, man, my boy Stu, man, hell of a dude, man. He was like, they say that they're not changing the notes. They say that they're not changing the fragrance. But if you look at the way that the notes are broken down, they've moved the notes in different places. Now, that might not seem like a lot, but the positioning of where you put in your mids and your base notes can matter to how a fragrance actually projects, how much longevity you've got. So, and also, you know, the sense of the vibe of the fragrance. So I don't know. Fingers crossed. You say, bro, throw oud wood behind that or wood used by Liam Gray. So yeah, any type of woody oud type of fragrance, and I think woody oud is probably a good one for it, man. Oud fragrance on top. Matter of fact, y'all might have to thank me later on this. See this thing right here? When I drop the review for it, y'all see what I'm talking about. But the natural oud, that stuff with the fruity red berries and oud, you drop some Liam Gray on top of that, and you basically got a fruity cardamom tea. I'm starting to think Russian tea dang near with the blend on that. Man, that would be good. You say start talking about it and spread the FredCon real fast. Kajal Lamar Noir. I just like the way that just comes off the tongue. Kajal Lamar Noir. You know? Yeah, I gotta get my nose on that, man. I gotta get my nose on it. John Carlos, Sip Bubble, great live tonight. Thank you, bro. Hey, yeah, everybody that's in here, man, follow your fellow creators, man. The Sit Bubble, if you're watching this, make sure you go follow him, man. Stop what you're doing, go follow the Sit Bubble, man. He's gonna give you some information for your vocation. I was saying to my wife earlier. I was like, "Oh, my man, Fumbles is on. He teaching the truth to the youth on there," because I be seeing you be having a lot of the younger audience that be coming in, and they, you know, legit asking questions about, like, you know, what do I, you know, I'm a high schooler and I need this for a date. What do I do? You know, that kind of thing, man. And it's good that we have somebody in FradCom that can, you know, that will, you know, kind of address them and get those things together, man. Because a lot of times, you know, a lot of kids can get thrown off because they're not getting the attention to the stuff that they're looking to know. You know, I mean, we could talk about, you know, a lot of the older people in FradCom, man. We could talk about note breakdowns and this and this and this and this. Sometimes a lot of the younger people are like, man, does it smell good? Can I use this? And I'm going out and take out my 14-year-old girlfriend. I don't know. So that, excuse me, I appreciate everything you're doing over there, man. Make sure you follow him, man. No, y'all got you. Dior Sauvage is so amazing. Oh my God. That's the voice I feel like I read that in. Dior Sauvage is so amazing. Oh my God. I ain't gonna say Dior Sauvage is not amazing. It is like a favorite of every Nigerian wedding that I have been to. I like Dior Sauvage Elixir. That stuff's great. Dior Sauvage Parfum also gets slept on, man. I like it. It's nice and fresh. Oh, you didn't get it yet? Oh, it's coming. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's crazy how many moms came into my channel, man. The kids, people really appreciate when I age rank fragrances, even if it's subjective. Yeah, because it is funny you mentioned moms coming into the chat, because I think that especially around Christmas time that we just came out of, I had more young ladies approaching me about fragrances for their kids than anything, you know. And I think what it is that, you know, moms are kind of at a loss too, because as it used to be, you could go buy some Brute or some Stetson or some Old Spice for your kid, and they go to school and they just be happy. He, I'm wearing Old Spice. I'm a big boy now. You know, kids can't do that now. You know, you send your kid, your 12-year-old to school or 13-year-old to school wearing Old Spice and see what happens, or a high schooler wearing Brute and see what happens. You know, so I think a lot of them, they want to get a little bit of, you know, guidance on what they can actually get for their kids, man. Yeah, Kajal, Lamar, Noir, Bergamot, Green Apple. See, okay, let me stop. Oh, no, let me read all of the notes. Bergamot, Green Apple, Violet, Balsamic, Vanilla, Caramel, Geranium, Rose, Florals, Leather, Oud, Guyagwood, Cedarwood, Cashmere, Musk, Mass, Woody Note. That's why I was in love with the note breakdown for Lamar Noir. The Green Apple. The Green Apple, man, that's something that, man, Carlisle, Lafayette Street, two of my favorite fragrances of all time. You know what they got in common? Green Apple note. There's something about, hell, I love it. Love it. Brioni Intense. One of my favorites. This is one of those fragrances that I'll go to and I'll say, okay, I feel good. I feel like me right now. You know? Because of Green Apple and the Oud. But it's something about the way that Green Apple can take a nuance into a fragrance. One of the other ones that it does that with, hold on, guys. Because, you know, I gotta put it out there. So I swear that I am not going to have to go in 2025 very much longer with having all of my fragrances in different places. I swear. This guy, Silver Sip Pure, cheap, $25. Green apple, lavender, fresh, lasts all day, beast of a performer, excellent sillage, excellent range. Nice. Fresh. This is good for kids, actually. I have to start recommending this to mom. So, yeah, the Curve, Cool Water, Jordan Cologne days are over. Yeah, they can't do it no more. They got to. One of my wife's friends is on that Issey Miyake. She said her son is like 14 years old, and he's like an Issey Miyake fanatic. It's like, really, bro? And I was going to school with Jacquard Noir. Oops, might have gave away my man. Jacquard Noir used to be the bomb. That used to be the bomb. How's that side bourbon? So, if I had to give a comparison to this thing, when it opens up, when you first spray it on, you're getting the most wanted. I mean, in all honesty, you're getting most wanted. And not in a bad way. It's just that it gives most wanted for all of 4 minutes. And then it transitions into what I think it really wants to be, which is Scandal Absolute. And the thing about it is that it's not a complete clone of Scandal Absolute. It's not really a complete dupe of Scandal Absolute. It's a little bit sweeter, a little bit like lighter or thinner, but it's still kind of going in that direction. And if you look at the note breakdown for the two, it's got the Mirabeau Plum the same way, and apparently Plum is in right now, and I'm a little upset about that because Plum has been my thing since Initio Paragon, right? So the fact that everybody's putting Plum in their fragrances right now, and Mirabelle's a Plum, and everybody that's putting Plum in their fragrances, it's interesting. Heck, I got that new not Gravitas, but the Norton Wilson, the Arizo. I've got that coming in March. I've got like literally a schedule of different fragrances I have coming in. And it might actually be earlier than that. I think it's maybe February. But Arizo is a plum, almost like a plum fougere. So I'm interested in that. And then, of course, Fig Me Up has plum in it too. I'm waiting on Fig Me Up. The 2025 DHI is the same formulation, but in a new bottle design. That's what I'm hoping. And that's why I was like, when Sister Style was mentioning that they kind of rearranged the notes, and it could just be on paper. I mean, it could just be on paper. You know, and I'm hoping that that's what it is, that it's just on paper, that they rearranged it, and that it's just a new bottle design. So, I mean, if that's the case, it's great, because I ain't got to buy it. It's just the same fragrance from before. Scent Bubbles. I was going to school with Cool Water. Mark Jakes. Uh-oh. Did that freeze? All right. Now I feel better. It's two of me. All right, there we go. I don't know what happened there. Oh, never mind. I know what happened. There we go. I had two of them going at the same time. That was weird. We've been having some weird stuff going on in Atlanta today, man. I was going to school with Cool Water, Mark Jacobs original in ADG EDT for like 10 years though. Yeah? Lecture for us. Bro, do you have Arm Off Checkmate King or plan on getting it? What do I get after Just As Rock? I was talking about Scandal Absolute a little while ago, right? So Arm Off Checkmate King. I like this better than Scandal Absolute. And the reason I like it better than Scandal Absolute is because it does something that shouldn't be a good thing, but it's a good thing with this. So it's got close to the same quality oils, but the way it's blended going down into like the dry down, you don't get the depth of the chestnut and the fruitiness, right? It comes across as a little bit more airy. The problem with the original is that it's almost too thick as it goes into the dry down, and that's good in some scenarios. Sometimes a little bit of airiness actually helps, and while it's not wispy, it does come across a little bit lighter, and you can pick out the nuances with it, as opposed to with the original, where you don't really pick out the nuances. You just know that it's thick and that it's projecting well. But on here, you can pick out the nuances a little bit better. You pick out the fruit, you pick up that plum, you pick up the chestnut, you pick up what feels like almost like a booziness to it. It's good. I like this one better, to be honest. Doesn't last as long as the original, like on skin, but they project for the same amount of time. Like when you stop smelling this, you stop smelling Scandal Absolute too. It's just that you have to get up on Scandal Absolute on the skin and sniff it, as opposed to with this. Basically they last about the same time. It's just this one fades off of the skin scent. So yeah, after Just As Rock, I would say get that. But if you want something that's gonna be a little bit different, like just a little bit outside of that beaten path, as much as I love Just As Rock, I'm gonna start putting people on this. On that Celestia Blue. This is that Office for Men clone. This may not be a bad thing to get, man. This year, I was happily surprised by Sideburn, but similar to other scents, in my opinion, but with a slight twist. Yeah. Silver Scent Pure. Yes, underrated. Very, very underrated. Nice freshie, man. Issey Miyake, one of my favorites. Hidden Gem. Yeah. Oh, Oriens? Yeah. Or was it? Did I say Oriens? Oriensen, sorry. Plum is one of my favorite notes. It is one of mine as well, NBT. It is one of my favoriteest notes of all of the times. I like I said, I really got into it with Initio Paragon. And I keep hearing people talk about Plum Japonais. I hear Kuba talk about it a lot, and I am going to eventually put my nose on Plum Japonais. Somebody said that there's a Plum Japonais clone that's supposed to be dropping. Not gonna lie, when I see the note breakdown for Fig Me Up, it gives me the vibe of Plum Japonais, and I'm wondering if they're going in that direction, because it seems like, man, Sarah, for the last few drops, It's almost like they've been doing like inspired buys. Like the Amberful had a little bit of a Tigar and a little bit of a Ganymede type of inspiration to them. Eternal Wood had a good bit of a Oud for Greatness and Haltane type of inspiration to it, with some toffee in there from like Most Wanted. I wonder if they're going in that direction. I don't know. We're gonna see. Moth Checkmate King is awesome. It is. It is. Like I said, I like it better than Scandal Absolute. And it makes me say that I'm just gonna decant the heck out of my Scandal Absolute. And I probably will. That's probably how it's gonna happen. By the way, the decant site will be up soon. I gotta figure out a whole bunch of stuff, guys. By the way, I'm starting. So I've got the shelving for, there's a long plank here. This is gonna be the shelving for my office here. So what these are gonna be is, these are gonna be on the wall. I'm gonna have 2 camera views in a little bit. I'm gonna have one for the table, and I'm gonna have one for the like the little lounge couch little thing here. So this will have all of my fragrances on. I'll have like somewhere around like 8 or 9 of these planks, and they're gonna be sitting like installed into the wall. We'll be staining them and doing all that kind of stuff, but they're gonna be installed into the wall, and each one of these planks will hold somewhere around I think 14 bottles, and they'll be stacked up to where, you know, that'll be a good bit of the collection will be up there. But then I'm gonna have, because I have my bedroom set that has like 60 in there in the closet. I have like a closet set up that has like 60 of them. I have like dang near 100 of them in here. So hopefully that'll take care of the 100 that I have in here. And then I may be able to move some of my stuff out of storage here. And that's what I'm hoping. Because I hate to be in a scenario where it's like I can't get to certain fragrances because they're in storage, you know? So I have to just kind of wear what I got. So, yeah. It'll all be alleviated soon. I'm working on it. And guys, that's about it, man. I'm about to go get something to eat. Gotta be sure I get stuff together, man. I might actually jump on live tomorrow, man. Sid Bubble, make sure you hit me up, man, so we can get the stuff together on Sunday and get some content going. And NBT, I need to get with you. We got to get some content together too. I wanted to do like a video with you on some probably send some decants or something and see what you think about some of those fragrances. And maybe you send me some, see what you think about, see what I think about some of those fragrances here, like male, female type thing, just perspective wise. I think it'd be cool. But I'll probably hit you up on that one. In the meantime, everybody, I'm about to go ahead and roll out of here, get this together. Thanks, John Carlos. Thanks, Joel. Thanks, NBT. Thanks, Synth Bubble, Lou Dissy, everybody that's joined in tonight. And I appreciate y'all. We out of this be. Peace out. Oh, I wanted to play my theme music. I ain't got my theme music loaded. Oh, before I go, hold on. Let me do something right quick. Let me do something right quick while I'm add my theme music right quick. Is that the... See if it'll come up. Let's go come up with the video. Gator! 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 Yeah, so that'll be. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Man, I had so many of the what you call this on here. Yeah, that is literally a clone. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the regular one now. But yeah, oh, I gotta get rid of the questions. I didn't even know I had all the questions in here. Ooh, after dark. Oh yeah. Man. So just before before I get out of here, and Giancarlo, man, there's Coco Morado. I've been looking at it and I've just been like, oh, should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm wondering. Man, I had a whole bunch of questions that just I thought everybody disappeared. It just stopped coming up. Vintage radio? Shoot, vintage radio is the bomb. I got it in there right now. The Top of Kingdom is another one that's coming in. I definitely go try Coco Morado though. I was having a whole conversation here. I'm off Hunter Killer 10 for 10 fruit tobacco set. Kind of dry per. Oh, yeah, I like Hunter. I actually do. All right, do that. Oh man, I appreciate it, BT. I appreciate that. I'm working on it. I'm gonna get well soon, I hope. All right, guys. Now I'm gonna go ahead and leave. Now I'll leave. Y'all have a good one, guys.